Unitarian. So tonight's the first leg of your spring tour, right?
Yeah.
Really exciting. What do you hope to get out of this touring experience, maybe that you haven't gotten out of other ones in the past?
The things that I've been thinking about coming into this tour is new songs and old songs, and kind of what they mean to me put together. And I think that there's a lot you can learn as your work evolves in time. Like, I don't think music is a static thing, so I'm really excited to just like discover what the material means to me now. And that's just exciting on a creative level, but also there's this part of me that has been stuck inside all winter, and all I want to do is just see the world.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to experience spring in America and get to eat good food and see cool nature and go to museums and hear awesome people play music.
Speaking of awesome people playing music, your opening acts for the tour changed throughout the dates. How did you kind of go about picking who you wanted to open your shows with? Because tonight's going to be Jacob.
Right.
In the future it's Ben, Stephanie.
Well, everybody are people whose music I've heard and admire, and the only one I've ever toured with is Jake. I've played with his band Superheaven like many times, and the last time we did a show together was like in Japan with Man Overboard, and that was in 2013, I think. So it's really cool to be able to do some shows with Jake, and then to hear like new talent that I'm really excited about, like Stephanie, Caleb from Sinai Vessel, Ben from Annabelle is like an old friend, and I love their last full length. I just went around asking people whose music I'm stoked on, and I'm happy everyone said yes and we get to do these shows.
You just released a politically charged song. It was off Alt Press in February, Keeping Count. I was wondering, how can others kind of use their music or any really form of art to combat like the deep-rooted issues we've been seeing in this election season?
I think people can make really great art by not trying to bend to what institutions want. So whether that's like what you think the music industry demands are, like I hear some young bands that are trying to make work that's like radio ready, or they're trying to make work for other reasons other than just honest expression. So I think if you're expressing an honest viewpoint, that's inherently political. We live in an age that rewards superficial acts and trivial acts. And we live in this age of big data, and I think that we're not just data points, we're not just our debt, we're not our material things. We're really something more intangible and something that can only be expressed in spaces like music. There's something honest and human. And I think that's the power of local music, of music in general, is that it holds space for a different conversation that isn't being had in the news or might not be being had in our classrooms. And that's so important. That's so important to things like democracy and our personal health. It's important to keep the world kind of turning. And if we don't have these honest spaces to just exist, you get wrapped up in all that society stuff, which is like such a hippie thing to say, but there's something really enduring about that, as enduring as like music is, because that transcends capitalism, every form of government. You know, the story and storytellers are as old as we are. I think say something honest, and there you are at the forefront of the issues in your experience today. And that's important. It's like give yourself permission to be real, to not censor yourself, and to like be free in that way. That's a better world, is people that are feeling comfortable enough to say something honest.
During the holidays last year, you gave away all your music for donations for helping to fix a DIY spot in Harrisburg. What has the space meant to you, and just in general, what's the importance about having these DIY outlets for artists?
I think that art is such a way of building bridges in communities, and if you turn on the news today, you know, if you're living in America right now or anywhere on earth following this election season, in the media environment that we currently are, we're so hyper aware of how surveilled we are, but maybe not so aware of the fear and anxiety that's being pushed out to us. So whether that's the presidential election or whether that's just advertising, trying to sell you on what you should be afraid of, you know, so that you start to orient yourself in a way that in society or, you know, in my own personal life, I need to buy into happiness, I need to buy into success, I need to buy into this false sense of security. When you have a DIY art space, I think it's this amazing opportunity for people to engage with ideas, with them, with their personal experience, and with their community.
Yeah.
So it builds bridges to those parts of our existence. And when we have that, I think it creates a more democratic environment. Kind of, we're able to model what we don't get in other places. And that's why the arts will always remain vital. You know, and whether people know that they're participating in something really radical or really human, that's what we're doing, is saying, you know, kind of summoning everyone that's sharing a moment to be present. And that's a really special thing in a world that's moving so fast and will convince you that here and now is not good enough. And that's what I love about the arts, is we're just saying we're here and speaking our truth. Yeah.
Totally.
So
I love it.
I want to support every DIY space, and I think Make Space in Harrisburg is an awesome organization. And Philly, being able to do First Unitarian Church with R5, it's a dream to be working with them after how many years, so yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
That's all I have, guys. Thanks.